tap out in the limpest fucking waste of my fucking time.
Hmm.
And it's a moment. It's like, and I wouldn't mind. I get it. I get the attempt. And you get credit for the attempt. That's like trying to fucking score a free kick underneath the wall. I get it, lads. If you pull it off, you're great. What's the penalty style where they chip it into the goal?
The Panenka.
When you score a Panenka, you're a genius. When you miss it, you're a cunt.
Yeah. Very true. Very, very true.
And you get in. I'll always go, you know what? Grand. I can park me fandom for a second. Points for
Yeah.
trying. There's barely a fucking try. It's fascinating to see
Mm.
WWE be so focused on doing so very, very little. They have angles about shows, about angles. The most interesting thing I ever see is whatever Drew McIntyre gets fucking caught doing on social media.
Yeah, yeah.
He is the most interesting, most fucking obvious fucking person to run everything through and with, but they just don't want a fucking quarterback anymore.
Yeah.
Like as much as you'll see Cody got the ball a little bit,
Mm.
and there's nothing, there's no art, like for all of his faults. At least McMahon had a fucking vision.
Mm.
I don't know what the fuck Triple H's vision is anymore. It's
I
certainly
think I
it's
think
not
the thing is
it's not
like
black and gold. I'll tell you that.
no, well, it's funny you mentioned black and gold because that's like I think that is like ultimately if Triple H was just booking a wrestling promotion with no strings attached, that is NXT. That is his style. And in
I
terms of
don't
the wrestling content, that is kind of what we still have.
I don't think so.
Well, maybe not. Maybe not.
I think
I'll posit this though.
I can take a very cynical point to it, but please finish your thought.
Well. I think the difference is that I think that what adds kind of the kind of jaded aspect of it is that within NXT's shape and form was very much based around like a very small level like roster because it is a developmental territory. Like there is very much a case of like, okay, these are the 15, 20 people that you need to book the show around. And oh look, women, fantastic. Let's give them two matches because we are gifted with having like a new generation of women's wrestlers, and it is new. It's new. It's everything is different. You have new faces, you have new ideas, you have new premises, you have readaptations of new things. Or there was this a kind of wonderful year in NXT where like fuck it, let's book Mickey James for a match. Brilliant. Fucking bring her back. Let her play with some actual proper good wrestlers this time. Um, oh, by the way, but meanwhile, Jack Freedom said
Well
he
done,
knows.
Santino.
Come on, roll.
He's been in the bag the whole time.
Turns out there's an actual cobra in that bag. He nicked it off Jake the Snake.
Fucking love Santino.
Can you see what's in the bag, Brian?
Mm. Oh, some type of ridiculous outfit, I believe. The gobbledygooking.
Gobbledygooker.
Yes.
By the way, I don't know who this person is meant to be, but that is not Jack Freedom.
His hair is just very, very wet.
It's the mullets. Like
Yeah.
he, like it's the same face, but they've added the mullets. Like it's terrible. Um, but
Yeah,
anyways, back to what I was saying. Like you have this kind of like there's a freshness quality to it, and then now you have also a new generation of fans who gravitated to the NXT to the black and gold more than they did the main product. So now that's what they're expecting. Now, obviously, because of circumstances back and forth, Triple H is now at the helm, and naturally, that kind of, if you like, that structure is what you're getting now on WWE shows. However, the other aspect of it is TKO, and it's like over commercialization of their product. Because if you compare their other product in UFC, where there was a conscious decision made pre TKO that UFC would pack out their like events to have as many things as possible. Again, taking like as much as Dana White, who like as we all know is a little bitch in his own respects, he would never admit to anybody that his biggest inspiration is Vince McMahon. He doesn't want to see himself as a kind of wrestling booker. He finds wrestling to be overly feminine. And of course, this big fucking spoon of a human being wants to, look as hyper masculine as possible. Therefore, it's like more matches, more, fucking kill everything. Whereas TKO
Yeah,
would
yeah.
have
The
gone,
fucking the big fucking gambling addict thumb that he is. Yeah.
exactly,
Fucking.
yeah, like get the fuck right. But
Your
again,
name is Dana.
I know.
Fucking come on.
Like literally the second most famous Dana since after Dana Scully.
Like, fucking go away with that. Fucking
Yeah,
day. He's no fucking Dame Edna. I'll fucking tell you that.
no,
I tell you, Dame Edna would kick the shit out of him.
exactly. Yeah,
Kick the
Dave
shit out of
Edmonds
him.
a better man than Dana White ever was.
Fucking print that.
Yeah, but well, much of that point where like again the same thing was like the TKO's policy was like okay these UFC shows are horribly inefficient. Like one event can be split into three. And we can have those three events happen all in a month in all three different locations and spread the love around and bring that roadshow to everyone else. And WWE have that same quality as well. Difference is that like WWE is actually more based in tradition than UFC ever was because you have to have these four big shows. Now Money in the Bank is on that schedule as well. You got all these other like super shows you can do anywhere you want because now the in vogue thing now is to go to a foreign country and let actual fans show the Yanks how it's fucking done. And it's all noise. It's all a way of showing that WWE's product's never been better. But people like us who have been watching it for its entire time is going like, this is all a little bit hollow, isn't it? Like, there's actually no substance to all of this. That's kind of
Yeah.
what TKO WWE is now, anyway.
I can
It
see
is a lack of substance.
I can see Triple H is a tailor.
Mm,
He is very cerebral.
yeah,
And you saw what he had in NXT was time with the material.
yeah,
The
exactly,
material
yeah,
being the wrestlers. And he was fed by a fucking true genius in Dusty.
yes,
And then Regal.
mm,
And they were fed these people. They found a talent, they honed in on them, they isolated them,
yeah,
they got all their things, and then they packaged them perfectly. Bobby fucking Roode.
mm.
Like, he had no reason to have that level of aura, that level of stardom.
But again, that's also the point of presentation, isn't it? Like,
It's fucking both.
mm,
But Triple H had that time and he had that level of granular detail that he was able to put into these wrestlers. And then when you get brought to, you past the McMahon era, where McMahon is McDonald's and Triple H was, more of a Bunsen burger, you know?
yeah, there's an artisan quality to what he's doing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get that. I get
And
that. Yeah,
but that was done because that had to be the alternative. That's all Triple H has ever done. In much of what you're saying to Bradshaw, he knows where the niche is and he attacked it.
yeah, yeah.
That's wrestling. That's
Mm,
artistry. That's storytelling. Find the niche and attack it. It is
yeah.
narrow casting. It is pointed and it is delivered. It's perfect media technique. I could wax about it all day. But
Mm,
to say what has happened now is Triple H is a tailor who doesn't have the access that he used to. He gets
mm,
he's putting all of these like, yeah, I'm gonna put the you're gonna come in, you're gonna do your entrance and you're gonna do it like this and I'm like, that's grand, Hunter, but like you're missing all of this where
mm,
where he has been given his little corner to play in to make it feel like
yeah,
he's Billy Big Bollocks. He isn't. He isn't painting the full fucking mural. McMahon painted the full fucking mural.
mm,
Triple H is a highlighter and a shader and a colorer. He puts detail into like he made Johnny Gargano interesting.
yeah. Which is Tommaso Ciampa was his biggest triumph, I think.
You know, where it's both. The
Yeah.
wrestler needs to be ready to take what's given, and the creative mind and the booker need to want them to get over as well. And
Yeah.
then so should your fucking support wrestler would want them to get over as well. That's the fucking
Hmm.
system. But at the moment, you hit the nail on the head that everything is so scattered into this influencer style where
Mm.
LA Knight should be world champion. It's like LA Knight can't get anyone over.
Yeah, that's the
He
difference.
can't get anyone over. And I fucking love LA Knight. I think he's fucking great. But he can't get anyone over. He sees that it's beneath him. Whereas
Mm.
you take the opposite of that, where you had an entire generation of Dolph Zigglers who only got people over.
Yeah.
You know, pick anybody, but Roman Reigns can get someone else over.
Mm.
Brock Lesnar can get somebody else over. Big Show can get someone else over.
Mm.
It's fucking symbiotic in that
Reciprocal.
if you know the Tajiri of it all, if you
Mm.
know that I'm going to be on this card and I'm going to be booked and I'm going to make sure that segment 2 feeds segment 3.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make segment 2 really good and feed into segment 3 just the right way. That's where Triple H doesn't. He doesn't paint broadly enough. He's over here doing fucking sequence
Mm.
on what is just a basic, could just be a really nice pair of jeans. But he's over
Mm.
here trying to do these fine tuney twiddly bits. It's like you, you're, you've lost me as a fan. I
Yeah.
don't fucking watch. I don't know who fucking does or who actively
See, that's
enjoys
that's
this.
the other part of it as well, and like this is the aspect of it. Again, I've been struggling to watch WWE Unreal over the last bit. We have like we stopped like a few episodes in, and we haven't got back to it.
Mhm.
But the one kind of like, and again, it's also Unreal is a very kind of like telling word because like it is very much clearly like a here's the history according to WWE when. And is often the case. Anything that WWE puts out is their event, is their recollection of events. But it's also part of the overall kind of like, the super kayfabe, as they call it, where let's just form our own reality and like let this be the truth. Might not have been the case. The people that were there in the room will know. Maybe they said like, okay, here, like we've just had our creative meeting. Now let's like reenact this creative meeting in front of everybody, and in front of the the Netflix cameras. Like you don't fucking know. It's that's always actually the great skill
Anything,
of wrestling is blurring the two
any
lines together.
anything that has someone holding a clipboard
Yeah.
is is manufactured.
Mm,
If anyone has a headset, a clipboard, or a camera, it's manufactured. It's
absolutely.
not
Yeah.
it's not real. You're never going to believe that it is unless you put the work in, which is
Mm,
why WWF became must see,
yeah.
because they made the backstage segments honor and pay off the next segment, and there was always and you started with one bit of a story and you went through the event and you had that for like a couple of
Mm,
weeks and that led to the main event, and it was just the medium was perfect, and the captain knew that at the time.
mm,
Whereas now it's the far more interesting thing happen away from the main product,
yeah.
on podcasts, on interviews, on
That's
social
true,
media
actually. Yeah.
clips,
Yeah.
are far more interesting because you'll say maybe they're not as produced. But wrestlers are always going to work. Actors are such a fucking clever way.
Mm,
The hot ones of it all,
yeah.
where you have someone eating chicken wings to sell a movie. Um, it was a fucking perfect application of this, and I would love to know the actual decision making process of the marketing that went into as I speak the most recent Superman movie.
Mm,
That media scrum that they did between the boys, they were charming and engaging and
mm,
friendly, and they worked every fucking YouTube show and drained it for people's goodwill, that you
Yeah.
would at least turn around and go, that new Superman looks good, doesn't it?
Mm.
I barely saw the fucking trailer. I was more interested in the lads.
Yeah,
I was more
but that's also
interested in
that's the
them.
parasocial quality of it they're trying to get across as well. I think like again, it's that kind of difference between a parasocial relationship with in this case the wrestlers, and then an actual good like a good television show of that it contains professional wrestling. Like going back to your point, like I generally like I would not be able to like sit through a full kind of diet of like WWE content now because it's too much of it.
Mm.
But that's like there's one quality in the sense where like yes there is actually too much of it, but it's also the fact that like I'm in my fucking 30s, man. Like I've seen this shit before. Like I know where this is going. Like I like all you have to do is like if you just like if you're being very corporate and you say this is story 7B of our WWE like catalog, I'll go Grant. I'll see you in 3 months then when there's a payoff and you move to ending fucking 7F.
And
You know,
that's forgivable when the talent are committed
yeah,
and the
yeah. No, the
creative
difference
is
is that it's like
committed.
what like how did these lads do it differently? How did they pull it off? And that's that for me is what I'm looking at in the sense like you mentioned about the senior retirement thing there, like the kind of like like the very kind of should we say the tap out, let's say, and I love for one respect I love the way that the tap out is kind of divided opinion in that sense because a lot of people are not happy with how it happens as opposed to like they're not discussing that it did happen because we all know senior retiring doesn't matter how it was going to go at the very fucking least you could expect that you know either there was some sort of like shenanigans in between or like Cena somehow pulled off a win against Gunter. That wasn't gonna happen. Like Cena was always going to get on the
No,
Shield, but it was how he did how they did it.
just
I for one enjoyed the ending and found it very kind of like there was a kind of a
stop.
certain kind of poignancy about it, but and a lot of people hate it and a lot of people are not a fan of it. But I'm looking at the end effect now and I'm looking at like Gunter and going, this guy's hot again.
Yeah,
This guy's
but
hot
that's
again. This guy is getting heat again, and it's proper heat. It's like not fucking Bret Hart like sticking his oar in because he always fucking does. But like these people are booing Gunter for a reason. Do you know why?
you.
Because
But
he keeps reminding them
you
that he tapped
hurt.
out Gunter, that he tapped out John Cena.
You hurt my favorite. You hurt my
Yes,
feelings. You hurt my
yes.
hero.
Like
And
like a heel should. Like
but
Gunther is the closest to what we have, the closest to what we have to a Ric Flair style heel. Will go to a territory, go into a town. He will piss everyone off to the extent that he has to be chased out of that town until the next time he comes back, and you're gonna buy a ticket to see him get his ass kicked.
yeah,
That's what
now
that is.
now Gunther is now to what the Marvel Cinematic Universe had with Iron Man.
Mm.
WWE should build around Gunther now.
Should.
All roads should lead to Gunther. In the
Yeah.
same way, um, the DC cinematic universe should have built around Wonder Woman, but they
Mm.
didn't. Because she popped and people went, oh, this is a really interesting telling of Wonder Woman. Oh, we don't really know too much about her. Should have built from her, where Marvel built from, they set up all these heroes. Iron Man popped off, they ran with Iron Man. And
Yeah.
he was the focus, and they ran with him. And everything was built, cause and effect, off him, patterns, right? So
Mm.
Gunter's now a lightning rod for WWE to be a
Yeah.
focal point, to be a center point for their universe, and everything rotate around him.
Mm.
It's a tale as old as time. We've seen it
Yeah.
before, and it works if everyone knows what they're fucking doing, which is the fucking problem. Wrestlers in WWE are not as good on their own
Mm.
anymore. You would take, I watch a bit of him, Stevie Richards.
Yeah.
You listen to him and go, God, he really knows what he's talking about.
Mm.
Because he does. Because he's a professional wrestler. They're claiming professional wrestling. They're not even superstars anymore.
Yeah.
They are space fillers.
Mm.
They are they are ice cubes in an ice tray. They are in molds.
Yeah.
They are modular fitting into these slots.
Mm.
And that's what's wanted, and it's the machine, and it's hey, they make millions upon
Yeah.
billions and billions and billions. But when you take someone, this is a fundamental human fucking thing. When you take someone's agency away from them, you're left with that
Yep.
dead, vacant. You can see it in them. The you can tell with the art of acting, the
Mm.
vocation of acting. My new favorite phrase is that of someone who is fully committed to their role. Whether
Yes.
you are fucking prison guard number two or
Mm.
you are Tony Stark, you
Yes.
are 100% committed to this. And you can just see people who are on television, who are on PLEs, fucking pay-per-views, and they are just not there. And they're
Mm.
not there for so many aspects. And it's just, what are you like? Do you know what yous are doing? Because
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like the people
Mm.
who are in the ring know what they're fucking doing because they're hyper fucking produced. They're just painting by fucking numbers.
Yeah, I
And
think
it
that's. I think I think
shows.
you nailed it there with the overproducing part. I think that's, and again, that's also something that that professional wrestling has got ahead of with like most kind of sports is that, like most sports are like industries in their own right, but by that accord now, like sport, in order for them to be self-sufficient, well, not self-sufficient is the wrong word to use, it's self-sustaining. They have to like they make so much money. Like sports are a capitalist wet dream because they make so much more money. And professional wrestling is the most capitalist of all those sports because it's not just sports, it's also entertainment. Therefore, you can like buy tickets and like, sell out massive arenas and stuff like this. You know, and what's also guaranteed with like professional wrestling is that you're going to see a show. You could go to a sporting occasion and it could be an absolute ball of wank. Like that's why the Super Bowl has to be like an entertainment product because American football is a terrible sport and I will not hear anything else. It's like just by design, it's a bad sport. It's designed to just be like stop start and do every 2 minutes. And naturally, because it's an American sport, this is an opportunity for ads. And it's an opportunity for this. It's everything but the actual fucking ball on the field. Which is why the Yanks still can't figure out football. It's like, wait, hang on a second. Do you actually play this game uninterrupted? You have the clock roll? It's like, yes, that's the point. You
We're
get your shit
playing.
done in minutes. Get it or
We're
not get it done or not.
the game was the game of hurling was played from town to town.
Yeah.
You're not breaking for ads when you're on the M50. Like,
No, that's just it. And that's also an aspect of it is like, and again, their idea of a fast-paced game is like basketball, where basically you're not allowed to defend. As like, so again, it's that kind of that disconnect of like, how can you have a game that goes on for 90 minutes, but like you might not get any goals? How boring is that? It's like, no, again, like you can get like football is one of those weird sports where like on a scoreline nothing happens, but it could be like the most cagey, tactical, interesting game you could have. A lot of people like nil-nils. It's fine.
like
Some people don't. They want that cathartic release of a goal. That's the whole
the
idea. They're rare.
the
That's
you know the like in terms of like of everything that's been going on with Watch Grapsomania,
yes.
and I will argue one of the best WrestleMania matches is still Rock Hogan. For that, whether it's the
Hmm.
retelling of it, which you can always tell, look, it's wrestling. They're fucking floor bashers are liars. I trust
Yes.
nothing they say. But to think that Rock and Hogan went out there with a plan and pivoted
Yeah.
mid-match, whether you
100%.
believe
Yeah.
it or not, take that aside.
Yeah.
You know for damn well Hogan can walk into a ring, feel the crowd, act accordingly. Rock
Yes.
can walk into a ring, feel the crowd, and act accordingly. Cena is the last guy to do it. He's the last one.
Hmm.
Cody can kind of do it, but he's not as good.
Cody does it a different way. I think Cody like has to get his shit in.